I was jigging near some stumps and I was getting a very light bite. Felt something like a bluegill, but it wasn't big enough to take it down, so I left it a little bit longer, and sure enough, it was a small bluegill sitting there. I figured that since the bluegills were sitting right at about 2 feet down, the crappie would be right underneath them. So I kept jigging that same spot, and I missed a big crappie right there, huge one. I saw it come up to the top, so I decided to try to drop back down and catch it again. So I jigged down, trying to catch the same crappie, which usually doesn't happen. But I hooked him again. It was a pretty big one, so I had to get the net for him. So I got him in the net, and it's a pretty big one, 13 to 14 inches, I'm guessing. I didn't measure it. If you'll notice, over my right shoulder there's some dark clouds starting to come in. Directly behind me it's kind of clear, but to my right it's kind of dark. And I got this first mudcat on, so I figured the catfish may be back in the creek. So I was going to throw out some more of my catfish bait to see if I can get some. But keep your eye on the dark cloud that's coming up over my right shoulder there. I decided to go ahead and check the weather forecast. I could see the radar at Wonderground, but even though I'm checking the weather forecast, I'm still trying to fish. I'm watching the bobber for catfish to see if something gets on. Something's tapping at bobber, so I'm not checking the weather. Looking over my shoulder because I see the dark clouds coming in. If you'll notice, it's dark clouds totally behind me now instead of just halfway. And I pulled in this big stick. So remember, that wastes me about 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm checking the radars. I'm zooming in, zooming out, and I see that there's a large rain cloud just to the south of where I am. I look up because it's clear in front of me, but it's dark behind me. So I decided the only thing I could do is get out of there. So I started loading up my gear. Didn't worry about the rods. Left the baits hanging off the top. They might get caught up, but that's fine. I needed to go. So I decided I should just get out of there. So I started paddling, put my phone back in its protected case, grab the cut shad that I had and get rid of the extras, anything I didn't use. There was about 2 of them. So I started paddling out of the creek, can't find my shades, so I don't worry about it. Just keep paddling. And since it's not raining yet, I'm not really concerned about paddling as fast as I can. So I'm just making a nice paddle, nice smooth paddle along the way. Even checked out some of the birds out to the left, catching minnows. So I keep paddling and I'm going. I'm thinking I'm doing good. Shouldn't have any problem. There's a guy in a boat behind me. The area he's going is real shallow out to the right there, so I just let him know that he needs to just follow me. And it's about 4 feet deep coming out of the creek on this side. On the other side, it's about anywhere from a foot to 6 inches deep on that side. So I get out to the mouth of the creek. I turn the corner and I can see my car. It's probably 150 yards away. I'm thinking I shouldn't have any problem at all. I look to my right. There's another guy in a kayak. He's paddling in. He's paddling hard and fast. And I'm wondering why he's paddling so hard and fast. And I hear a little thunder. So I pick up the pace just a little bit. Probably about 100 yards away from my car right now. So it seems like the closer I get to the car, the more rain starts to come in. Check the guy to my right, he's still paddling hard. A little rain starts coming in here. I'm thinking at least I won't get soaked, hit a little stump there, but just bounced off of it. So I'm just paddling in, and more rain comes, and I know it's going to start pouring any minute now, but I just keep paddling to get to the car. It doesn't look like it, but the wind is blowing really hard, so it's kind of hard to paddle. And I can see my car. I'm maybe 70 yards away now. Rain picks up a lot more. The closer I get, it's getting a little bit more. And I realize that my GoPro has the back out so I can get better sound, so I have to grab the GoPro and put it into the little protective case I keep under the seat, just to keep the water off it. But as soon as I put the GoPro inside of that case, it just started pouring. It's just raining, just coming down cats and dogs. So I'm still paddling, trying to get to the car. Finally got to the car. This is maybe after 10 minutes. It's raining. And you can see how hard it was actually raining out there. I actually just put the kayak on the back of my trailer and pulled it around to the parking area.